Are you ready to break free from the doubts and limits holding you back? Welcome to Embrace Your Value, where therapy meets coaching to help you unlock your true worth and take control of your life.
Hi, I'm Kristen, a trauma therapist dedicated to helping you heal, break old patterns, and reclaim your power.
And I'm Jen, your support coach, here to show you how to set fierce boundaries, embrace self-compassion, and step boldly into the life you deserve.
So whether you're stuck in self-doubt or feeling lost, know this: your value isn't up for negotiation. It's time to own it.
Every week, we tackle real issues that challenge, inspire, and empower you to live with purpose and confidence.
So grab your favorite drink, take a deep breath, and let's get started.
Because you're not here to play small. It's time to embrace your value.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Embrace Your Value. I'm Kristen Burrus, your friendly neighborhood therapist for all things healing, nervous system, and heart work. And today's topic is one I'm so passionate about because it's something so many people overlook on their healing journey. How your body holds the score and also shows the signs when healing is actually happening.
And I'm Jen Anderson, your beliefs and boundaries specialist. You know I'm all about helping women take action, but not from a place of hustle, from a place of alignment. And you can't have alignment if you're ignoring the signals your body's giving you. So today we're going to talk about how your body remembers, and more importantly, how it tells you when you're on the right track.
So, what does the body remembers really mean? This phrase comes from the book, The Body Keeps the Score by Bessel VanDerKolk, and it's rooted in trauma research. The idea is this: even if you've mentally moved on from a painful experience, your body, your physical body, might still be carrying it. Tight shoulders, clenching jaws, stomach issues, chronic fatigue. Your body's been in survival mode and it remembers.
And I know that was a light bulb moment for me at one point, just realizing that you can journal, you could talk, you can affirm all day long, but if you're not also reconnecting with your body, healing stays surface level. So let's get into the good stuff. What are some somatic signs that healing is happening? Because it's not always this, I feel amazing, right?
Oh, no, not at all. Healing can actually feel really messy at first because it's uncomfortable, it's foreign. It's uncomfortable in the sense that it's not the tenseness that we felt. So it can feel messy. Early signs can be things like yawning or sighing more often, which is sort of that release of stored tension. Crying during breath work or rest. I know that sounds really odd, but that is a nervous system discharge. Sleeping more or less if you're sleeping too much, or craving rest. Again, there's a sweet spot with sleep, and so some people sleep too much, some people sleep too little. Random body twitches or tingles during emotional release. Again, that's that nervous system sort of coming back online. Being able to feel your body again, like noticing hunger, thirst, or sensations you used to just not know.
Yeah. And I've had clients who thought something was wrong because they suddenly felt more emotions, more fatigue, more vulnerability. But that's often the best sign because it means you're no longer numbing or pushing things down. You're actually letting them come to the surface and feel them. So let's talk about what healing is not, because I know people expect it to feel like a steady upward climb.
Oh, I wish. Then we could all be very aware that it's happening and it would seem much easier. So healing is rarely linear, whether it's like this or even down. Like it's rarely linear. You might feel amazing one day and exhausted the next. And that doesn't mean you're back at square one. It means your nervous system is adjusting. It's expanding its capacity. So if you think about your nervous system like a muscle, right? It's when you're in trauma, when you're doing these things, your nervous system is always ready to go. It's in fight or flight. It's getting ready to run. It's getting ready to fight. And so it stays in 10-step mode. When that starts to relax, then you have to learn how to kind of go back and forth. So it's like strength training. It takes rest and repair. It also takes working those muscles.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think one of the biggest lies women believe is that if they're still feeling triggered sometimes, they're failing. But the thing is that you're not failing, you're feeling. And that's a win. That's what you want. That's how you know this is working.
Yes, I absolutely agree. And I will say that it's not that you're never going to be triggered again, right? It's about how do we deal with the triggers when they come? Because life is full of triggers. So it's less about not feeling them and more about feeling them and being able to overcome with confidence and grace. So somatic healing, here's some ways to support that. This is how I help clients tune into their body. Somatic tracking, noticing sensations without judgment, gentle movement like stretching, yoga, or even shaking out tension. Sometimes I'll encourage people to like shake it off when we come out of a deep conversation or EMDR session. Touching your heart or belly to connect inward. We are all connected from our head to our toes. We're connected. And so putting those two things together really helps you go inside. Vagus nerve exercises like humming or singing will help regulate the nervous system. Of course, breathing is always a fantastic way.
I love that. And I love combining that with routines that include embodiment, like walking without headphones, doing mirror work while placing a hand on your chest, or starting the day with breath work before checking your phone. Just really being very intentional. So, Kristen, when did you realize body was part of your own healing story?
Yeah, I remember a moment in my own healing when I was in a session, as I did therapy before becoming a therapist, as everyone should. Otherwise, they require that you do it while you're in school. And my hands started sort of trembling and shaking, which is not how they usually go. I'm pretty steady-handed most of the time. I'd spent so long trying to stay calm in every aspect of my life, making sure that I was always someone that everyone could count on. And in that moment, my body finally felt safe to let go. That did not mean I was broken. I was releasing.
That absolutely gave me chills. I know for me, it was actually a time where, and this is not really something we even brought into this whole adventure, but it was a time where I just really felt out of sorts and I didn't know why. And I could not put my finger on it. And I was thinking. And then I don't know, a couple of days later, it dawned on me that it was the anniversary of something really traumatic that had happened. And I realized that that was like the time that I really started understanding that my body knows what's going on before my brain does. And so that's something I use in my coaching practice all the time with clients when they tell me, oh, I'm in a funk, or I've been in a funk for a couple of weeks and I don't know what's going on and I don't know why. First question I ask is, did anything happen around this time frame? Anything, even if you just think it might have happened or you don't know, Like, is there something that comes up for you? And 99% of the time, they're like, oh, yeah, that happened. I'm like, absolutely. Because most of the time, it's still your grieving process. And so I never discount that. That's probably the biggest thing. And I love the examples that you gave about like shaking it off and humming and trying to get your nervous system regulated so that it doesn't hold us captivated anymore, or we don't feel like we're captives to this because it's just so stressful. That's really when I knew my body was part of this, a bigger part of this than I understood. And I've just kept learning about it ever since.
Yes, I know. I'm a pattern person. And so I do ask a lot of the same questions. And people can get triggered with anything like your body remembers all the things. I've had people have a memory around a smell, around obviously a location. Sometimes it's just a building that looked like the building or a person that looked similar to another person. So there's all kinds of ways that your body tells you, hey, danger. And we just have to learn, again, the world's full of triggers, and we just have to learn how to discern within ourselves what's real, what's in my mind that's making me think this, and what's actually in front of me. So if you're listening out there and you're thinking, wait, this is me, I've felt these things, just know that your body is so wise and it's on your side. You're not broken, you're becoming.
Let us know your favorite takeaway from this episode or what your body has been trying to tell you lately. DM us or leave us a comment because we would love to hear from you.
Yes, please do. Thanks for spending this time with us today. We'll see you next time on Embrace Your Value, where your worth is not just in your mind, but felt in every part of your being.
See you next time.
Bye.
Thank you for being here with us today.
If today's episode hit home, don't just keep it to yourself. Subscribe, leave us a review, and share this episode with someone who needs to hear it. Because everyone deserves to know their worth.
Next week, we're diving even deeper with more insights and tools to help you break free from limitations and live authentically.
Until then, keep raising your standards, owning your worth, and embracing your value.